Alright, we're going back in with the air compressor, AC compressor. I'm going to start out with putting the lower bolt in first. So I'm going to set it down in here. I might even start out with the top one. Get it in real quick. Get it started. I've lubricated it up real good, cleaned it up, so that way I can get it started. It's a little awkward to try to get this in there, so plug out of it. Put the right amount of compressor oil in it. So the hoses don't always want to situate perfectly on it until put the front one back in. Get these two in it, and then I can start tightening up everything. Just screwing in the bottom one with my hand and kind of screwing in the top one with my hand. I'm going to actually take a little bit more up with it with the ratcheting wrench. Get it a little bit closer. That way the compressor stays closer to the block. And work its way back up there. That's all there is to it. Remember, the longer bolt goes in the front, shorter bolt goes in the back. I'm screw in the stud now. Got the top stud screwed all the way in without the nut on it. And now I'll put the nut on it. The AC compressor in, screw it in. That'll hold it right up against the block. Now it's totally flat. Go back to the bottom one and turn it in with my finger. I just got it screwed in, so I knew I had a good amount of threads on it, that's all. So I can put this last one in. So you don't want to get everything too tight until you get all your bolts in. But we're getting there. So, find the hole. Always good to find the hole. Stick it back in. Everything's screwing in by hand. But always clean up your threads though. That way you work them in by fingers. A lot harder if you can't. Wrenches are real tight down there, so it don't hurt to screw them in by fingers and then tighten them up by hand. I'm not going super tight with them, but going tight enough they're on there. On the back one now. That one I'm doing blind. There's that. Compressor's on. I'm going to hook the clip back up. But before I hook the clip back up, I'm going to put that. There was a bracket that was on the front. So that way my AC line is pretty much on there. That gets a smaller stud. Or does it? Yeah, the tip of that one's smaller. So put that back in there. Now it's 10. I wouldn't tighten that one up because you got to get your AC lines torqued down. Your high side and low side into your AC compressor. So I'm going to leave that a little loose. And this bolt here, I'm going to clean this bolt up, and then I'm going to lubricate it a little bit and dry it off, and then I'll put that one back in. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just torque down the AC compressor bolts, the 3 studs. Those stud nuts get 18 foot-pounds. The actual high side and low side pressure line with the 1 bolt that goes down in the middle, that's going to get 180 inch-pounds. I believe that's 15 foot-pounds. So it's 15 foot-pounds, but you multiply that out by inch-pounds and it's 180 inch-pounds. So I've set my inch-pound wrench to 180. I'm going to go ahead and put this bolt back in. I cleaned it up. I oiled it and then I dried it off just so that it would go back in good. Always recommend you clean your bolts up when you're messing with AC. Make sure your lines are seated in good on your O-rings. Put your new O-rings in. The actual clip that it comes with holding it on when you buy the new compressor that seals it up comes with new O-rings, but they collapse those and I really don't want to use those. Put some PAG oil on them, lubricate them up real good. And remember, you always got to take that bracket out from underneath that holds that steel liner. You're going to bend that aluminum line and you'll bust it. So I always take it out. What you do is your business, but I can lead you to the water, I can't make you drink it. But my bolts go in nice and neat when you do it right. I like it. Screw them almost all the way down in there. So, make sure my hoses are lined up. Looks like it's a 10. I said 180 inch-pounds, that's it. That's it. That's all she gets. Okay, you got new O-rings in it. It's torqued down to spec. We'll move on to the condenser now. I'll plug my AC back in. Put that other line in the back. I put a new clip on it. So that way no lines are sitting down on the floor. You can actually put your belt back on too. I think I'll go ahead and do that. I got everything sitting here. Just holding it tight. I'll crank that back up some more. Just about on there. There it is. Alright, make sure everything's in the grooves. And we are good. I'll just push it down on there. Pull out on it a little bit. Belt's back on. Alright, we're going to go for the condenser next. We'll go ahead and change the O-rings out on it. And I'll get back with you putting it in. Give me a few. I'm going to lubricate up my O-rings and on both sides. And then I'll stick the condenser in. But I'm going to put my O-rings on first and I'll show you how to do that.